Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of Return of the Giants may contain adult language or adult themes. Hello! Hello. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the Lost Archives. It is wonderful to see your gorgeous faces. We are here. We are playing the premiere homebrew D&D adventure, Return of the Giants, streaming right here on Twitch into your eyeballs and on Spotify into your ear holes. It's lovely to see you all again. We're excited to be jumping back in. Don't look at me like that. I obviously don't prepare the intro. I just wing it every time. We're really excited to be back. We are jumping straight in. Super quick apology for Jared tonight. He is unable to make it. I've just seen a message. Unfortunately, he's got some stuff going on. Yeah, we'll hopefully see Jared again soon. But in the meantime, we know that he's had some stuff in the background, poor guy. So wishing him the best, hoping it's all going well, and hopefully things improve for him a little bit. Really excited whenever he can join us, so we'll keep you posted. I'll have to play the character of Cassius tonight. I'm wondering if Cassius might offer to stay with Ulfric for the lighthouse.
Not a bad idea.
And then I don't have to worry about him. I might do that then. That's not a bad idea either. So yeah, I'll do that. That'll be awesome. Fun news.
Wait, stay with Ulfric?
No, not Ulfric. I'm having a mental breakdown. Stay with Klaus.
He's just going to be dreaming the entire time.
Yeah, he's just having a giant dream. Fun news. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm a massive High Rollers fan. I love High Rollers. They're the kind of inspiration. Without High Rollers, I probably never would have tried D&D. They have just released a Kickstarter for their Alethea Dragon Empire module and sourcebook. Obviously backing that, super excited. I recommend checking it out. They've been doing some awesome stuff. Mark Humes is absolutely incredible DM, incredible story writer, so really enjoying all their stuff. I recommend if you're interested in that at all. I just watched a ghost open Dave's door and now I'm terrified for my life. That was terrifying, mate.
Following him as he looks is great.
Yeah, I thought it was following the ghost. Oh my god, it's closing now. Dave, come on, man, you get it. You need to sage smudge or something. Podcast listeners, I mean, it was kind of spoiled by the illusion when the camera zoomed down on Dave just sitting in his lower chair, but a hand came up out of nowhere, grabbed his face and pulled him down, and then the camera just zoomed in on Dave, grabbing his own face. Amazing. Yeah, so definitely go check out Alethea the Dragon Empire on Kickstarter. I thoroughly recommend it. Not sponsored, I just fucking love High Rollers so much, and I really want to give them a shout out because without them there wouldn't be Lost Archives. To be perfectly honest, without them and probably COVID, the Lost Archives may never have existed. Obviously more grateful to High Rollers. I'm more grateful to High Rollers. Right, that's all the fun news I have to share before we dive on in. Anything fun before we jump in? Oh yeah, you guys all leveled up to level 10. We should talk about your level ups when we jump in as well. Talk through what you've unlocked. All right, cool. Anything else?
The interesting thing I have to share is I went to play Magic last night and I was like, Ellie, I'm finishing work. I'm going to go play some Magic Commander. I'm like, this is going to be fun. Drove down, mate, as a store. I'm like, yeah, play down. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I finished up like 10. Try and drive home. 10:30. Traffic slows down on the Bruce Highway.
Oh no, were you caught in the...
ahead of me.
I saw that on the news.
He left like 30 seconds earlier. He would have been like...
I would have been right there with it if I left just a bit sooner. And long story short, I stayed in my car for about 4.5 hours, just turned it off, just sitting there and wait. I woke up when the cop knocked on my window and was just like, hey, wake up, we're moving now. I was like, oh, okay. My arm's asleep, so I've been sleeping on it, so I'm just trying to wake my hand up so I can use my steering wheel.
Mate, for interstate and international viewers,
he fell asleep on the highway.
Really bad multi-car pile-up on the Bruce Highway late last night. The Bruce Highway is what connects Brisbane to the Sunshine Coast. It was bad. Like, it was like, wasn't it like 8 cars or something ridiculous? It was really bad.
3 going in the wrong direction.
That's right.
On the highway.
Yeah. It was bad. Like, the whole highway shut down for about 4 hours. About to say 4 or 5 hours.
Yep. I was right there with it, baby.
Did you get to watch anyone like discreetly climb out their car and go pee? Is that like a?
I did that. Everyone was.
It was kind of
funny. It was like a pop-up community for a while. Like, I took photos and it was just like just lines of cars behind me, and everyone's just getting up and walking around. People ducking out for a smoke and having a chat with other people in their cars and whatnot.
You should have asked if anyone else had their magic stuff with them.
Yeah, if anyone had their magic stuff.
Oh shit!
So I have travelers.
My decks with me and everything.
I have travelers Settlers of Catan with me in my boot, and I did get to use it one time with a really bad breakdown. We popped it out on the boot bonnet, and we were playing Settlers of Catan, me and 2 other randos. It was great.
Amazing.
Gotta be
You're
careful. The
muted,
whole
Matt.
Those
We can't hear
cards, the glue can stick together.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't
that's a great
bug
idea.
around for that. No.
I should keep a board game in the car.
Yep.
That's my
thought-
takeaway from all of this.
Thoroughly recommended. After being broken down one time after coming back from a music festival in the middle of nowhere, we were broken down for 6 hours. I have never once not brought board game or something in the car, but all travel stuff. Yeah, it was a bad breakdown, and we'd gone out a little bit off the beaten track. I think we have a video of about 3 hours in where the 2 of us, it was me and another guy, we're like banging bits of the car to make music, and like you can tell we've lost it, like we're gone. So it's pretty funny. I'll see if I can find that video. I'll chuck it up as a short. It's pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we were really struggling, and like there's no water, there's no anything. It was bad. Like we were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I felt like I was like Tom Hanks in Castaway. Like I finished the last bit of water in there in my car. I'm thirsty. I'm just like.
You watch as like there's a deflated volleyball on the side of the road. Brandon just gets out. We're sad.
As soon as the car's moved, like I just drove to Macca's and like, give me all the food. I'm so hungry and thirsty.
Thank God for 24 hours.
So that's my fun story.
That sucks, man.
Thank God.
Rip.
Wow.
On that note, let's do our recap and dive into the session. The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a name now legendary across the lands of Nostea, is taking on the threat posed by the return of the Giants. Now heading to the frozen lands of Northgard, the team are on the trail of the Frost Giants, seemingly linked to a sudden and drastic change in the climate. The team have just awoken from a giant dream, this one showing the sinking of the Frost Giant longship Icebreaker, an event which almost broke the old thing before it had even been formed. Experiencing the events leading up to the disaster, the team learned of the power struggles between the various Frost Giant clans under Jarl Ulfric, specifically Blodrin's clan, refusing to acknowledge the authority of the Frost Giant leader. Even more crucially, the team learned of the involvement of the devil Vice in the downfall of the Giants, and that he may in fact be the archdevil Mephistopheles. With their new Frost Giant ally Svindale, the team discussed how best to proceed, knowing that they need to travel across the frozen waters of the north to Lisheim, the Frost Giant island that is currently under control by Blodrin, and is the source of the never-ending winter. First, though, the team have decided to investigate the nearby Coldridge Lighthouse. Spellcasters from the settlement down south have been missing now for several days. The last clue they had, courtesy of Klaus, one of their traveling companions, was the lighthouse being the point of embarkment. So, we dive straight back in, with all of you having just leveled up, Lyra having used her Myconid spores to reanimate one of the Svindale's ice wolves, and having been crowned by her, I was going to say parasitic companion, but it's not parasitic. It is literally the opposite of that.
Symbiotic.
Thank you, symbiotic. Maybe I'm
Anything I'm
revealing.
the parasite.
Yeah, a little bit. I was like, oh shit, am I just revealing a major plot point here? A symbiotic companion, Swampy, crowning her as a newly born little sovereign. So, before we dive into the session really quickly, let's go through each of your level ups and one of the exciting things that you have gained with this level up. Let's start with Niles, because Niles didn't get super crazy stuff. Niles just got a very straightforward ability. Monk level 10. What you get, Niles?
Well, Monk level 10, it is a definite upgrade to the output that a monk can do. One of the big ones that monks get is Flurry of Blows. That's a staple of most monk classes. I can now hit 3 times instead of 2 times, which is very exciting. I can do a little bit more damage, which is great. I do get some other things as well. Yeah, it's part of the heightened focus ability. So the extra attack is part of Flurry of Blows, which is great at level 10. Patient Defense is another, an upgrade to Patient Defense is another thing I get, which is when I expend a focus point to use Patient Defense, you gain a number of temporary hit points. So you get some extra hit points, which is nice. And then Step of the Wind, I can basically bring someone else along when I start zipping around the battlefield, which is quite fun. So, if old Grim there's, looking a bit, on the brink of being attacked, I can just pick him up and run around with him, which is very, very fun. I also get self-restoration as well. So I just be like, I'm not frightened anymore. I'm not charmed anymore. I'm not scared anymore. I can just get out of that. Which is great.
Center your mind and find your inner zen. The Step of the Wind being able to bring someone with you actually matches quite nicely. We've redone the Way of Sympathy or Warrior of Sympathy monk a little bit. So your ability, your level 6 ability has been swapped out. You now have a new level 6 ability, Transfer, which is where you can take one of the damage vulnerabilities or damage resistances that you've taken from a foe or from a friend and give it to something else, another creature, another foe or another friend. I haven't specified. It is designed that you could give it to a foe or a friend. So you could transfer a vulnerability from a friend, give it to a foe, and vice versa. You can really have some fun with that.
Absolutely.
This may need some balancing. We shall see as we go through, as with all of my homebrew. I don't think it's too broken. I think it kind of fits, but we'll see.
No. And I think did you say that you were going to lower the focus resource count to 3 on that one?
Already done. Should be in there as a 3 cost.
5 when I check.
Nah, I should say 3. Nah, I should say 3. I definitely lowered it in the text. I'll have a look. I'll do that now while we're...
That's all right. We'll figure it out later.
While Christian tells us what you have gotten from your level 10 Paladin.
So I'll roleplay mine a little, because mine is also... I feel like it's more simple than that. It's it's very, very basic, but it fits a little bit. So as we're walking towards the tower, I would like to think that my best buddy, Niles, with his very high passive insight, would probably notice that with everything we've gone through recently, the grueling experiences, the reattaching of his wings, the most notably... the execution of the 2 peregrine falcons, seeing that as finally taking a first sort of step of leadership rather than just being a prince boy that doesn't want to make tough decisions. There's a stronger walk to Bart as he's going beside the Goliath companion of ours, the human, the large man. Yeah. I am now immune to the frightened condition, and all allies in my devotion aura within 10 feet are also immune to the frightened condition. So I'm starting to become a bit of a leader, finally, for what the people deserve.
Hey, that's cool.
Nice.
That's really cool.
That's sick. Matt, that is fixed. I had to change it in 4 places. Fucking hell.
Wow.
Yeah, the same text in 4 places. It is now fixed. Dave, what does Harry get on his level up? Rogue
Only
Warlock.
the best feats that I am so excited for. So another level up in Rogue, and he gets reliable talent.
Hey,
now available
fantastic.
at 7th level in the latest rules set. Also evasion, so a dexterity saving throw.
Take
that
half
would
if you
be pass to get
if you
half
fail.
damage.
Yeah,
Now I get half if I fail and 0 if I pass.
pretty sick.
And an extra D6 of sneak damage.
Hey, fantastic. That's the good
good.
stuff.
Yeah.
Uh,
But the reliable talent I'm very excited about.
yeah, what's your lowest plus
So-
now to your proficiencies?
I mean, I have negative 1s here and there.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So
still
then,
got some negative ones.
The lowest I can roll is a 9 for
Yeah.
nature, medicine, religion, athletics.
Fucking hell.
And then
That's so
if you
good.
take perception,
Yeah.
the lowest I can roll is a 19.
The lowest you can roll is a 19. If you get a natural... No, sorry. You're right. Yeah, I'm with you. Fucking hell.
Yeah, even in that one, the feat is lucky, right? It still becomes a 10.
That's
So-
ridiculous.
But I have a +9 to perception. The lowest I can roll is a 19. I'm so excited.
That's insane. There's a quick aside. One of the funniest multi-class combos I've seen that I really want to try sometime is called the Skill Junkie, and it's where you take Lawbard, Rogue, and there's a third one you add into the mix. I can't remember what it is, but essentially it's all about getting as many skills as possible and being as high in them as possible. And with the combo of Lawbard and Rogue, you can get +8 in almost every skill eventually. It's ridiculous. It's so dumb.
That's fucked.
I mean, I only don't have proficiency or expertise in 5.
Yeah. If you had the
Yeah.
Lawbard, you'd
Yeah,
have it all. You'd be proficient in every skill.
I mean, lowest I can roll for stuff is a 21.
It's pretty good. Fucking hell. Grim, Brandon, what do you get?
21 as well.
Brandon, take us through your level up. Level 10 wizard. What do you get?
Wizard, as a necromancer. Wait, I'm sorry, we're on. Yes, as a necromancer, I'm inured by death. Receive half damage from necrotic sources, and my hit points maximum cannot be reduced. So that feels kind of nice. And then, of course, I picked up some spells. Haste, it's a pretty good one, and then little old classic that I realized I should have had from the start, Fireball.
Oh, he's added some damage spells, everybody. Here we go.
What I'm curious about, and I was thinking about this when I read this in our chat. What does Grim's Fireball look like? Because we always add a little bit of flavor to the spells.
100%. Oh, I've been thinking about this as well. Have you guys all played Elden Ring?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, like the black flame. So
Yeah.
like the black flame with the little white flicker like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing. Yeah,
That's cool.
The black fireball, black flame spells. That's what it's picturing.
It
in my
didn't have to
mind,
go
is
Elden
the
Ring.
whole
Black Flame's a
Google
staple in
sort of thing.
lots of stuff. It's in I've seen it in a bunch of anime, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. It's a staple. It's
Oh,
everywhere. Black Flame is good. That's easy.
100%.
Love it.
Black
Grim.
flame is it. But that's where I pictured clearest.
We might need to adjust your resistance to necrotic damage to a full immunity now, simply because we haven't had a chance to see this in action, but you are already resistant to necrotic damage because of your specific circumstances and the curse that you're under. So if you get a resistance on top of a resistance, I'm actually going to turn that into an immunity for you. I'll update your character sheet.
Yes.
Yeah, you are now immune to necrotic damage. It has no effect on you. Yep. And
that feels good.
Ali, Lyra, level 10 Spore Druid. You get some fucking sick shit. Wow, you almost got some broken sick shit before we discovered you were looking at third-party spells today, but would you like to take us through really quickly what your spells get?
Did I blame you?
Level 2?
Yeah, no. So I think actually Swampy got a bit more of a bonus than Lyra did.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Swampy's got a bit of a temp hit point upgrade and the spreading spores ability. So now instead of just sort of as a reaction, if something's sort of within 10 feet, I can sort of chuck this sort of area of spreading spores. Still a 10-foot cube, but sort of wherever I want it, and if it's they enter the area or start their turn there, then they take that damage automatically, which frees up the reactions, which is cool. Other than that, picked up a few new spells that are not on the illegal spell list. But yeah.
Yeah, we were going through some of the third party content spells, which there was a level 2 one that you increased your dex by something. It was ridiculous. It was so this.
Yeah, just some insane stuff. And I'm like, where did this come from? I'm like, is this some sort of level 10 lower level spell bonus or something? And then, no, it turns out it was a third party stuff that got shared between level ups.
It was like a hamstring ability that makes you faster as well.
Makes them slower, makes me faster. Some insane amount of damage, 68 or something for a level 2 spell.
Oh man, that's ridiculous. That's almost as good as Blight. That's insane.
That's wild. That's wild.
Third party content, man. It's always incredible. All right, now that we've got everyone's level ups, Jared, when he rejoins us, can tell us about his level up that he gets. I don't think it's anything super crazy as a fighter. I think it's all very much what we've seen before. Alrighty, let's dive straight back in. At the moment, all of you are around the campfire that you have set up right outside the entrance to your igloo. The dome of force that Grim has created with Lehman's tiny hut that has also been filled out with actual blocks of snow using shape water. The frost giant Svindale is there with you. Lyra, I believe you had just used your myconid spores to bring back one of his wolves as a spore servant. As you kind of sit there, you watch as Svindale holds out a hand to see if the wolf will sniff him and act like it is a living creature. It does not. You can see he kind of slumps his shoulders a little bit before placing his hand on its head one last time, and then standing and walking down towards the frozen shore of the Coldridge harbour, winding his way through the body the beached bodies of whales and dolphins. Grim zombie-walruses, the zombie walruses Grim brought back, decomposing on the beach, disappearing into dust. Yeah, it's a pretty dire sight. As all of you reconvene...
You re-up the spell for zombies?
I'll re-up. I'll re-up this spell for the
In that case,
walruses.
then, the silent...
before I went for nap.
In that case, then, the silent frozen corpses, too still, with these sort of blue glowing eyes, just sitting... Actually, you know, what color? What color? I think we've had your necromancy be this sort of like sickly green, haven't we? That's kind of the color we've committed to. You don't have to, actually. You can tell me right now, what color would you like the eyes of your undead to glow?
I love the idea of like a deep purple, like a deep purple sort of flames that glow. Yeah,
done. Easy peasy. Yeah, the deep purple glow of the walrus, the walrus corpses, as they sort of stand there, way too still, not moving, not breathing, guarding the edge of your igloo. As all of you reconvene around the edge of the fire, preparing to leave, Cassius waves you over with his massive giant cestus arm. Right, I was thinking, you lot are going to make your way up towards the lighthouse. We've got a pretty good base camp here. I'm just worried with the frost giant Svindale heading off to go and get the sled, bring it back. No one here to guard the campsite. You happy if I stick around with Klaus and we'll keep an eye on things around here?
Yes,
Just
yeah, that's
don't,
fine.
maybe don't use the ballista. I don't know if you still have any grudges still.
We're good now. We've worked it out. I'm going to keep the ballista as well maintained as possible. We've moved it inside the igloo. Bit of a pain, but I can't teleport it or move it until we go somewhere else. It's stuck here now.
Fair. Also, if you can just sort of keep an eye or an ear out for Mesa. I'm not sure if he's going to come back to the camp or if he's going to maybe reunite with us somewhere along the way, but I don't know, just in case you're yelling or something.
Oh, you know me. I love a bit of combat. If I hear someone shouting, I'll go check it out.
Sounds good. Well, stay safe out here, you know?
Cassius gives you a big pat on the back, a big bam on your back, big haughty laugh, and then pulls out his flagon of, or his little hip flask of probably some sort of moonshine, gives it a swig, and then heads back inside the igloo to keep looking after his ballista. Perfect. Now I don't need to worry about Jared's character for the rest of this session. Grim, Harry, Bart, Niles, Lyra. Is there anything else you want to do at the campsite before you make your way up towards the Coldridge Lighthouse? It's probably about a 2-hour walk along the shoreline or up over the bluffs to get to the lighthouse. It's close, but not super close.
It's all right. I think we're pretty ready to go. Except for Lyra.
Is would Findar be large enough for 5-foot Lyra to like easily ride? Like a horse?
Yes. Yes. It is a large creature and its strength, I think, is 17. Yes, Lyra, you would be able to ride on the back of your spore servant, direwolf.
It's like a horror version of the Golden Compass because we're here in the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm a huge fan of his dark materials, and I don't want to give anything away, but I would not pass up the opportunity to do something with those references, so stay tuned.
Ooh.
Lyra, as you climb onto the back, climbing up the protuberances, the bracket-like fungus growing from the body of this direwolf's corpse that has now been reanimated by your
There's
spores.
turkey tails. You got turkey tail steps up the side.
I'm imagining almost it's like the like a bracket fungus turkey tail kind of saddle almost forming sort of where she is, like a royal mount or something.
Yeah. I'm happy
The
if you wanted
lion's
to.
mane fungus to make it really soft to sit on.
In my mind, I kind of imagine like these wolves had sort of like a bit of a hyena-like posture anyway. This kind of humped rise because they'd been sort of corrupted by that devilish magic. They had taken on some of those characteristics as well. That rise and that sort of mane around the shoulders has now been taken over by bracket fungus, Lyra, and it is a very comfortable fungus-like saddle, mycelium saddle for you to ride on.
the hump squishes down into a rather it's a seat for
like
you,
a little hammock, a little flesh hammock,
a waterbed saddle.
It's like a it's like a bloater from The Last of Us. Big like squishy mic. It's like yeah. As you like bounce on its back a little bit and get yourself comfy, Lyra. Yeah, it's good, comfy.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's like driving a truck, the seats bounce.
Yeah. Perfect. And with that, you begin to make your way. Quick question. Would you guys like to take the path along the coast and climb the cliffs, or did you want to head back inland a little bit and take the route along the bluffs over the top of the cliffs? For your benefit, a lot less snow and ice to trudge through along the frozen shore, but you are going to be passing through essentially an enormous mass stranding event. The bodies of whales and dolphins and other sea life still frozen to the shore.
My vote would be the slightly in-way sort of route along the path, just on the sense of Lyra's, or I actually know more Grimm's not the most athletic person for trying to climb up a cliff face, unless he can be carried. But
I can be carried. I could be carried. Yes. We could go along the bluffs if that's easiest.
I'm down for anything.
If I don't have to climb over a whale.
With Klaus with us, Bart would want to take whatever way is safer.
I don't know. I don't know which way is going to be safer for us to take. As I said, the landscape has changed here.
Well, not with creatures, but if we go along the beach, we're going to have to climb up the rock's face, correct?
Yes, and that will be very slippery, likely dangerous.
Okay, let's just head inland then. That's fine.
We just need to be aware of pitfalls. The bluff walk is dangerous when it's not covered under 6 feet of snow. We may not see crevasses or danger until it is already upon us if we take the bluffs. Just so you are aware.
That should be fine then. Niles, why don't you take the lead that way? If you do manage to fall, your wings can save you.
Sounds like a plan. I will need to be close to the heat source. Don't want to fall too far and freeze.
No, only a couple of feet in front of us. That's fine.
Okay, should be fine. I'll keep an eye out.
We have the ropes. Would it be safest to sort of, kind of just string one between us? We all hold on to it. If someone accidentally falls down a crevice, sort of turns into a safety line of sorts.
I do like the sounds of that.
That's a wise idea.
I mean, normally I'd be able to just fly out of any sort of danger, but I guess given the circumstances...
I'm just imagining, though, this going bad, where it's like, I'm like a kid holding a balloon, like, the balloon's getting, like, tugged by wind, like, all of us, and then Niles just, rapidly...
Ah!
Like,
Let me go!
How much lift can you both generate? If we put you guys both at the front, how much lift can we generate here? Not including the giant.
Nah, I get the reasoning, though.
Yeah, less that they're harnessed, tied, just for sort of mobility reasons. But even if we're just sort of holding on like a little safety line,
yeah,
that's for sure. So it sounds like Niles is taking the lead, Bart behind, then Grim, Lyra, Harry, Lyra, Grim, Harry, Grim, Lyra. How would you like to lay out your walking path?
I don't mind being at the back or around the back.
Yeah.
I don't mind being last or second last.
Well, I'm thinking Lyra might take up the rear and even just sort of tie the rope sort of around.
I've got my zomboluses, so I don't mind being at the back with my zomboluses.
I'm going to give you this as a free piece of advice, Grim. Walruses are not known for being good climbers or fast on land.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Okay, so they're not going to... Okay. How can I make them expendable?
Bart's going to have Klaus right behind him, just as one note.
Yep.
Third in line.
I'll tell the zomboluses to follow me for as far as they can. If you cannot follow me, it is do what you will in the West, my employees. You are now self-employed if you cannot follow.
Okay. They will do their
Terrifying.
best to interpret that. their undead brains. Oh, well, actually, I think you'll find... No. As you... as you make your way up the cliff face back towards the pathway, this is the narrow pathway that led you down onto the frozen beach, onto this black sand beach. As you follow it back up, the ice and snow is slippery going. You do eventually make it to the top of the bluff and continue your way along. The road snaking around, barely visible for most of your journey underneath the incredibly thick layer of snow that has fallen over the past several days to weeks at this point. Sometimes your only sight of the road you catch is the occasional pole from one of the fences just poking up above the top layer of snow. It is tough going, pushing your way through this frozen landscape. Could I please get a survival check or a strength check from each of you? Your choice. So survival or athletics, I should say, specifically.
Harry would also like to always just be looking out, keeping an eye out for anything that might be watching us from the distance.
I would probably be doing that at the front.
Great
I have
idea.
a question, Owen.
Yeah. E flying.
No, I'm not flying. No, I'm not flying. I have acrobatic movement, which means that I can move along vertical surfaces and across liquids. Does the snow count as a liquid?
No, it's a solid, which is even easier to walk across. Niles, that's no problems at all. You can absolutely walk across that. You're like Legolas as the party are pushing their way through.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
You just watch as Niles. To be fair, you are an Owlin. Your bones are hollow. You're very light. And given your training, I'm even going to say it's less about you just walking on the surface of the snow, but you're very acutely, your acute senses are able to identify like the tops of trees and the little tops of fence posts. So it's kind of like you're jumping from each one to each one, not really having to put your weight on the snow much at all.
Yeah.
Niles, you don't need to make a roll. You're good to go. No roll required.
I'll just roll a perception check just to see.
So we've got a 19 survival check from Grim, a 19 survival check from Harry. We've got a natural 20 athletics check from Bart for a total of 26. Bart did say he was pretty close to the front as well. You were second, right? I'm going to say you've grabbed like a big plank of wood from one of the old sort of sections of driftwood that's washed up on the beach, pushed it down in front of you and turned it into almost like a snowplow, Bart, as you just power through this thick layer of snow, clearing the way for those behind you. With Klaus helping you as well, this very, very tall, probably like Goliath-blooded human. It is pretty easy going, the two of you working together. Lyra.
Even though I can't fly with my wings, with the armor, I'm probably using them as like to help propel this snowplow.
Yeah, 100%. Lyra, 15 on the survival. You're riding on the back of the wolf, so it's less of an issue for you regardless, but towards the back, taking things slowly, you watch as Grimm's walruses fall further and further behind before disappearing into the distance. Like, they're not quick enough to be able to move through this landscape. It's like you're like crossing like mild like tundra and wood. Yeah. We're being left behind, Grim. As they disappear. I do like them being Jamie from Mythbusters. It does entertain me to no end as they disappear behind you.
Father, save me.
Father, save me.
Bye, children.
Sometimes you have to learn how to fly, children. Okay, Father.
Survive.
As you carry on, the air around you continues to drop in temperature. Not as quickly as it did before, but that continual freezing that is occurring around this area does seem to increase. As you pass by a small copse of woodland, you notice two more of these trees at some point have exploded, the sap having expanded too quickly for the tree to be able to maintain its structural integrity, and has burst. Shards of shrapnel from this wood flying everywhere. It looks like this has happened fairly recently. A number of them have left big indentations in the snow where this tree has cracked and fallen, hasn't been yet covered by fresh snowfall. And as you pass by with your 21 perception check, Niles, you spot something interesting. At the edge of the copse of woodland, not near the tree that has exploded, on the other side,
you think you can see scratch marks and broken branches low down on one of the pine trees that is growing there. Almost like someone tried to climb it.
That's odd.
Are they human sort of shaped scratch marks? Like sort of small animal shaped?
They're not clawed.
Pear-shaped?
It's broad scrape marks, as if something heavy has pushed against the trunk of the tree and tried to scrape down or push itself up. The small broken branches around Niles, you think indicate with a 21, you kind of spot. You think this might be a boot that's tried to do this, has tried to push against and has broken off a bit of bark, creating this scratch mark.
Does it look like a humanoid boot or like a giant boot?
If it was a giant, it could have just like picked up the tree. Definitely,
Yeah.
we're talking small humanoid.
Someone small. All right.
We've made the giants a bit bigger in this campaign, so they're not like huge, but like we boosted them a touch just to give them that extra kind of imposing size. But a frost giant would be not that much shorter than these pine trees. Again, we're sort of at the very north part of the island here. It's so cold here normally, even without the effects of magic, that these trees probably aren't growing very quickly. These trees would not be super crazy tall. We're talking maybe like 10 meters tops.
Any footprints in the snow nearby?
Yeah.
No footprints in the snow nearby, which does indicate that likely, if there was someone passing through here, it was before the last snowfall.
Should we take a look at that, or should we continue on?
It is odd that the
I don't notice anything about like this, like anything magical, any essence left over or something like that. Just don't know if I can.
Your last use of detect magic has ended hours ago, my friend. I think the last time you cast it was before you had a long rest. That is well and truly gone now.
Yeah, I'd have to do that again.
climbing a tree with the problems of Fenris and the giants. Maybe they were fleeing. They might need help. Should we possibly try calling out?
Can I look up first and just see if there is anything in the tree? Like he's not up there still and like dead or something.
Good question.
From where you guys are, you're about sort of 80, 90 feet away from this copse of woodland. It's off the pathway, well off the pathway. You've sort of come parallel to it, following the edge of the road along the bluff. And as you look into the wooded area, Lyra, it's very hard to make out details from this far away, even with Niles' 21. You can't see through the dense foliage of the other trees around this. And these pine trees are completely covered in a thick layer of snow as well. Each bough weighed down by this heavy layer of frozen snow. With a 26, though, I love that Alice is like, fuck you, Dungeon Master, eat shit. With a 26, however, Lyra, gazing through, allowing your eyes to unfocus for a moment before scanning, looking for any differences in color, any differences in texture, you do spot, probably about 4 meters off the ground, a splash of mottled grayish coloration. Looks almost like hide or fur, not too dissimilar to the massive bearskin cloak that your companion Klaus is wearing. It looks like it's wrapped around something or someone. 4 meters off the ground, clinging to a larger branch.
I'll point that out to the others and be like, hey, I think we maybe should just quickly check it out. I think it's not too far off the beaten track. It's sort of about that far, say 4 meters up, and I'm sort of pointing in the direction. Not sure if it'd be worth doing like a quick flyover, and then if it is something, then come back and we'll do the trek on foot, or because I am worried about the crevasses, but
Well,
I
to
think
be
it's
safe,
worth
so we don't have to
investigating.
worry about going through the snow at first, even with Niles going ahead of us. I'm just going to go down to a couple pouches on my waist, and some of the stuff bought in Oxenfurt. One of them was a whistle. 2024, it has rules. 300 feet away, it can audibly be heard. So we're not in the heavy snow. We said that, right? And in the colder area, we're in like the eye of the storm now.
Correct. The snow stopped falling about 3-4 hours ago. Fully stopped.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna just grab the whistle from the belt and give it a hard blow in that direction, and then start like hollering like, hey, "Hello, anyone out there?"
Silence is all you hear. Your voice strangely muffled by the snow around you. There is no response.
I still agree with Lyra. They might be injured and possibly unconscious, but worth a try.
I can go over there if you'd like. I can take the heat source with me. I can see if whoever's up there is in need of medical attention.
If this is a trap, we need to be nice, obviously, and assume the betterment, but I think we should come with you, not you by yourself.
Yes. The last time I did this, I did almost get eaten by a behir, so...
My fault.
That's a good point, you know?
That's a fine point, yes.
All right. Well, get ready, guys.
Klaus, we're the adventurers, Tempest Guild. You don't have to come if you want to stay on the road.
I mean,
not
he's
going to
wearing a
be-
cloak that's just like yours, but
You can say what you want, I'm coming with you. There's no way I'm going to be leaving if there's any of my people that have been left here in any states. Of course I'm coming.
I guess we'll follow the exact same marching order then.
As you make your way closer and closer, anyone with a passive perception check of 14 or higher, so Lyra, I think Niles and Harry.
Yeah.
Yep, perfect. Yeah, not Grim. I know, mate. It's okay. I know your wisdom score.
Feel sad.
Lyra, Harry, and Niles. As you begin to walk towards the copse of trees, Harry specifically, you were saying you were keeping an eye out for things. Lyra and Niles are both kind of focused in front, looking closer for any clues. You both made perception checks as well recently, so your focus is very much on the copse of trees in front of you. Harry, for a moment, over the other side of the copse, it's about sort of maybe like 50 feet wide, this small copse of trees. Probably goes back another maybe 50, 60 feet. It's not a small little area of woodlands. Probably the border of what would be different farmlands, you suspect. And when it's not frozen over, perhaps even like a small spring or brook would move through here for animals to come and drink through. But at the moment, with the snow and ice covering it, it just stands out as this kind of like stark black against the frozen winter wasteland around you. Over towards the other side of the copse, the southern end, as you make your way towards the northern, you catch a glimpse of movement for a second out of the corner of your eye, Harry. Between two of the trees, there's this sudden motion. Light blue. Almost like a light. Softly glowing, partially translucent, moving between two of the trees. Away from the center of the copse. It looks like it's about to pass by one of the trees and emerge into the open landscape just towards the south. But a second later, it's gone. No motion, no movement. You swear you saw something, though.
Does it remind me of the lights that we saw previously with like the magic that was in the air before the doom?
The cold light wisps? It's not crazily dissimilar. The cold light wisps had far more substance to them. You could see they were like a coalesced, glowing ball of the storm itself, the snow and the ice, the blizzard condensed, surrounded by this aura of freezing wind. This is far more spectral.
Did it feel like it was watching us, stalking us, or just going around its own thing?
Literally movement from north to south. You caught a glimpse of it between two of the trees, appearing just for an instant, looking like it was moving out of the copse and into open space. But then as it passes by the final tree in the copse and is about to emerge into this vast open field of snow, there's nothing. No sign of anything.
Guys, I thought I just saw something over there. I can't see it anymore, but yeah, I got a glimpse of something. I didn't imagine it, but we better keep our eye out. Something's not right.
yeah, I'm gonna shillelagh up just in case.
Anything in particular about what you saw? Is it a wolf or?
It was like a flash of light. like a glint almost, and it kind of moved across and then disappeared as it went past the tree.
A spectre of some sort. Yes.
I mean, I don't know what a spectre looks like, but it might be.
Often they do little tricks like that, the ghostly visages, and they disappear where they should reappear. That's just my assumption. It could be wrong.
Do they appear where they shouldn't appear?
Often, yes, they can ephemerate in certain locations. But it's just a thought. Don't get spooked by spooky ghost stories of sorts like that. I'm sure this will have a logical... No, with us it probably won't. No, we should prepare.
The ones that we met back at the fireplace and the lumber camp, they were numerous. If this is just one, we shouldn't have too much to worry about. I can try to feel its aura, its ki, as I've been able to with some other fiendish and undead things, souls that have been, I guess, distorted. But if it's just one of them, I'd rather not expend any of my energy if it's not important. Maybe we just...
As long as we're ready for a fight, yeah.
Harry, the necromancer wearing the bones of people that he's previously brought back tells you there's nothing to worry about. I guess you feel better? I guess.
Well, the only party member I don't fully trust has told me not to worry. As we keep walking up Harry the stairs, specifically on that spot until it's out of sight.
Yeah. As you draw closer and closer, eventually you reach the edge of the copse of woodland. The snow here is far less deep, the branches and leaves above having caught most of the snowfall. And as you arrive between a gap, two of the pine trees, you can see an area has been scraped away. The snow pushed back, revealing the bare earth underneath. A small pile of sticks, haphazardly stacked, lies in the center, surrounded by a small ring of what looks like chunks of papyrus or some sort of paper that's been torn up, as well as stripped bark that has been threaded and pulled apart into its fibers. Small knife lies next to the makeshift campfire.
Couldn't get the flint working, it looks like.
Above you, you can see a humanoid figure wrapped in a cloak, partially clinging, holding on to the edge of the tree, unmoving, very still. There's no wind to ruffle the cloak, no other movement that you can see.
And one of you guys fly up and just see if he's, alive?
Niles will just do
it. Can I investigate one of the pieces of paper while he's flying up to him?
100%. Yeah. Grim, as you reach down and pull up the paper, it is written in common. You do not need to translate. As you read through it, you can see that it looks like it is a logbook of sorts. Descriptions of vessels passing by, as well as some dates. As you look at it, it looks like the last week. So nothing from the... Sorry, let me rephrase. It looks like nothing from the last week is recorded. The 2 pages that are here and torn up are from 3 weeks prior. And so it's marking off... It probably, from the looks of it, Grim, it could be the lighthouse keeper's logbook. Yeah, 23. As you have a bit of a read through, the more information that's listed here is nothing really of particular interest to you. It simply lists ships that have been spotted passing by the lighthouse. So if the name was visible, the name has been recorded of the boat. Otherwise, a very faint description has been recorded. There is one thing that stands out to you, though, with a 23. Yeah. Grim, sometimes when you need access to the most secret, the most special of magics, you have to get your hands a little dirty. And you have at times in your wizarding career needed to find information that others have deemed heresy, that others have deemed dark magic, dangerous and unnatural, including using charcoal to read indentations on paper if something was written on top. I think this is something Grim would think of, especially with 23. Grim, as your smudged fingers like reveal a little bit of text, get a bit more charcoal. Ali's laughing. Would Brandon not have thought of this?
I'm more laughing at his expression. I was like, oh, that's not where I was expecting you.
I know. He's like, I'm going to summon the spirits of the dead.
That's just heretics. Heresy's just a
With Sherlock
label.
Holmes stuff.
Heresy's just a label they put on things that I understand, you know?
Exactly. Heresy is just another word for like the really interesting magic. As you sort of take a bit of the charcoal, wipe your hands over it, you can see the page that was on top of this one that is not here currently has left indentations from the person who's writing this. The indentations give a description. The date, 5 days ago. The entry reads, dark clouds gathering to the north once more. Must be losing my mind. Stone turrets rising from the center. I guess it's time to head back. Been here too long. Seeing things in the clouds. That would stand out. That would stand out as particularly interesting to you, Grim.
Clouds gathering in the north, you know, stone turrets rising, you know, seeing things in the clouds. Yeah, that's probably, peculiar, I would say.
Bart will pipe up
Peculiar.
as Niles is coming down. Me and Harry were actually meaning to mention it. Waiting until we got a bit lower was the goal, I think. But Harry, in his keen eyes, saw something, didn't you? Thought it was in the clouds, a structure?
Yeah, it would look like a solid, maybe like the city that those cloud giants from our dream teleport to, maybe. But like there was something hovering high above us. It looked like a cloud.
It was weird. It seems to be creating fog around it, clouds, perpetually. I couldn't make out much of it myself, but when Harry mentioned what he thought that it was, it didn't make sense because of how long ago that was. Why is it a deserted home just sitting up there still? Maybe it's, if all the giants have them, we met obviously the princess or queen of the storm giants, whatever she goes by now. So maybe this is the frost giants one, the new tribe that's here, led by that heretic.
What's in the clouds? No, it sounds like cloud giant technology, surely.
Well, don't they all have flying castles? No, I don't know. I don't know what
No.
giants.
Storm and the cloud.
They have access
could
to
be-
the flying technology through the storm and cloud giants, but the storm giants only have this enormous single, what would you call it? Like a castle district. The storm's redoubt.
Citadel?
Yeah, Citadel is correct. Massive, massive one. They
Yeah.
only seem to have the one flying castle. The cloud giants are the ones who have lots of smaller keeps and castles flying around.
But we know that these cloud giants were probably collaborating with the rebellion of the frost giants. I mean, it could stand to reason that they are again.
Maybe this is them here now for a new purpose. But Harry mentioned there was no signs of life coming from the object you saw, right?
Yeah, I couldn't see any light. I couldn't see, like, it was pretty far away, but it didn't. Yeah, it just looked like it was just floating and. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I don't want to be spotted, I don't necessarily put my lights on or show any sign of life. So it seems like, and as unbelievable as it sounds, it could be in some sort of stealth mode, perhaps.
Maybe, although it is odd.
Or abandoned.
Yeah, I feel like I honestly agree with Harry because it doesn't make sense. Like if I'm doing things secretly in the Tempest Guild, I'm not going to do it in complete darkness walking around. I'll still have some semblance of activity there. I'll just hide that from prying eyes. You'd think if they were trying to hide themselves, they'd use magic. They're the fucking giants.
Well, they could still be using magic, no?
But wouldn't they use it to fully hide the castle, not just turn off the lights?
Possible.
To be fair, the
We
only
know
times
that
you've
they
spotted this is
have-
when you've rolled like 25 and above to see these things, to be fair. Like, the times you've spotted this has been, I think Harry got like a 27 or something on his perception check. Like, it was insane. I have to reward that kind of insane.
Bart still hasn't noticed it, and with how chill Harry mentioned it, he just thinks that it's normal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he eats carrots. He's got good vision.
Great vision, 20/20 vision.
Yeah.
Magical dark vision.
We were going to wait until we arrived to the lighthouse so that we could get a bit higher in altitude and maybe get a bit of a clearer look. But just as Grim brings it up, maybe a good time to mention it.
I went up and had a look.
Isolation spell.
Yeah, I went up and had a look at the Niles. Niles flew up and had a look at the body. Owen, what's going on with the body?
Niles, as you fly up, it is very quickly apparent that this man, he is a man, human, roughly in his late 50s, maybe early 60s, long salt and pepper moustache, drooping down on either side of a shaved chin, shaved beard.
He's just sleeping, right?
Short cropped hair, a bit messy and matted, sort of falling into a bit of a loose ponytail, shaved on the sides. You can see tattoos rising up his neck, not too dissimilar to Klaus in terms of the tattoos that he's currently sporting. Not Meloran orc tattoos. These look like almost like runic symbols. Not in the language of the giants. The runes much more closely match the Goliath dialect. He's quite tall. Again, probably a Goliath blood, same as Klaus is. He is definitely dead. Definitely dead, and has been so for. It's hard to say because the cold has preserved the body, but probably a day or two, maybe longer. He's clinging to the branch, frozen in place, having perished at some point, probably of cold. There's no other signs of injury that you can see outwardly, but if you want to get him down and have a proper examination, that might not be the worst idea.
Yeah, I think Niles will attempt to do that. Our friend up here is no longer with us, I'm afraid. I can bring him down. It seems like a more fitting place for him rather than up in this tree here.
You watch as Klaus.
Can you bring him down yourself, or do you want me to mold earth and mold the snow to give him like a soft landing to go?
I should be able to get it.
Let's give him some decorum, Grim.
Yes.
I mean, that's why I want to put the snow there so it didn't shatter, but I see what you're talking about.
This is really grim. But you would know that when a human body freezes, because of the way our muscle and bone structure is designed, anytime you've seen a human body shatter in TV shows or movies, that's not quite how it would work. The human body there's a lot of like thin strands and thick strands of muscle fibers, which are very, even frozen, are very hard to snap. Even a fully frozen human body is not fully frozen, not to the point where it can shatter like ice. Fun fact of the night with Owen.
We always learn something with Owen.
Niles will go to see like how easy it is to sort of like gently pry the grip away from the tree to be able to like get him down. Is it like is he like
he's frozen onto the side of the tree. The good news is that he is not like gripping it with like this tight grip. It looks like he probably passed away in his sleep, judging by things Niles. He was sort of propped up, wedged himself into a bit of a Y shape in the tree branch. One hand is on the bark of the tree. That's actually not going to be too much of an issue. You might lose a little bit of skin from where his hand's touching, from where his face is leaning up against the trunk of the tree, but it's not going to be terrible. Lyra, shape water. Melt the.
I was gonna say, yeah, just to sort of so we're not like peeling flesh away from this that's stuck to the front. Let's give him some dignity.
That will make it.
I think Lyra's also
much
just going to be standing somewhat protectively, sort of in front of Grim, so that he doesn't cast animate down on it in front of Klaus.
As you're about to, I'm like, well, it's actually easier. I could command him to bring himself down. We don't have to have all this.
My hand on his shoulders. No.
I could advise him.
Not right now. No, not class.
Little employee exercise, a mandatory break. Little athletics test to climb down the side of the tree. It's good for the body and good for the mind.
I mean,
think
Good to limber up even in death.
I mean, it wouldn't be the same body, but if we did, sort of put him somewhere where we can maybe come back.
I can actually
use
I might be able to
ask him some questions.
if you have plans into the future that might help him, I can possibly extend our chances of that.
Can I sort of look at Klaus and just sort of be like, hey, do you know him? Is he a friend of yours?
This is Jürgen,
Sorry.
the lighthouse keeper. Not sure why he's here and not at the lighthouse, but he was a good man, a hard worker, a bit socially awkward. I always said the wrong thing at the wrong time. And folks used to say he had a foot-in-mouth disease, He was a good man, tried his best, and did his job well, like his mother before him.
If he had the opportunity to come back in a completely different body, but still his soul, would he want that, or would he rather be left in peace?
Does he have family that would miss him?
No, he's all alone. It is just him. I could not speak to whether or not he has found peace in death. I feel like these are questions for a priest, not for a woodsman.
Actually,
Yes, well, I was thinking.
You might not want to hear this, Klaus, but we can actually maybe ask him directly.
I could ask him some questions. I don't need to ask his name, Jorgen. That's helpful. But I could at least ask what happened and what he knows while he was alive. Yes, death gives loose lips in some instances.
I will step aside for a minute.
Yeah, Bart's going to shake his head as like, this isn't a good idea.
I'll do what you must.
Is it an idea? It is.
Do what you must. If you think that casting this magic to have Jorgen answer your questions would help prevent death and bloodshed, Jorgen was the kind of man who would put his hand up. He was...
Look, just to give some aspects to the other side of this, are we going to learn more than what we have in his book so far? It looks like he just got scared, ran from there, and died in the tree. It doesn't seem that much more complicated.
As someone who writes a lot in their time, I can say there's definitely thoughts I have not put to paper. But in the right instance, if you've asked, then yes, obviously I devolve the information, so you cannot trust everything that's on paper compared to what the person is thinking, one could say.
I was just thinking more we could ask him if he wanted to be reincarnated in a different body.
I will 3 questions I can ask him. Does he want to be reincarnated? What happened to him? And perhaps how did he die is a classic. Well, apart from the reincarnation part,
I think we know how he died.
I think we know how he died.
What is your resume and CV if I was to add you to my employees? What special skills?
Just above board.
What do you say? Do you work well in a team, would one say?
I don't think that they know anything after death, and it's also just memories that the flesh had. It's not their soul, so
yes,
he's not going to be able to tell us what he wants. It's just going to be facts.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just, tells us what he knew in life.
We
like
turned him into
a experience.
Yeah.
But did he dwell on being reincarnated in life? No? Was he like, a resuscitate person, or was he like, resuscitate?
Ask him what his ask him what his afterlife beliefs were.
Do you have an advanced healthcare plan? All employees who work for me must have an advanced healthcare plan. Who is your power of attorney? I must speak with them.
So you can check the organ donor on your card. Are you sure about that?
And I do define organ as your whole body.
That'd be great. Imagine premium healthcare and you've got reincarnation as an option. That'd be crazy.
That'd be awesome. That's a D&D thing right there.
We haven't really talked about this, but actually that is the case in a couple of the cities in Oshia, and certainly for Chiari. If you die outside your natural lifespan, there are services that you can call upon and have set yourself up for to be brought back.
Pays to be rich.
Pays to be rich.
Bartle will walk up to the house, so that he's not by himself and he's still at least in some form of safety, taking one of the heat cubes and taking a bit of a walk, honestly, like a good 50, 60 feet around some other trees.
Klaus is
I
going to
would
come with
probably-
you.
I would probably accompany you on this one.
All right. Yeah, Klaus doesn't want to see you talk to the corpse of his dead friend or dead acquaintance. So Bart, Klaus, and Niles are going to go for a bit of a walk. Grim, Harry, and Lyra. Let's stick with you guys for the time being. Grim, as Lyra shape waters, melts the contact points between the corpse and the frozen tree, slowly begins to pitch forwards. Grim, you mold earth to create a bit of a raised section to stop the drop, make the earth a bit soft and loamy. And as the body drops, quite heavily landing on this loamy earth, you lower it down once again. The body is frozen in the position on the as he was on the tree, stuck half onto the position. Like he's well and truly combination of rigor mortis and minus 20 degrees Celsius ambient air temperature right now.
If I can unfreeze him, I will.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Shape water.
Yeah, I was going to use a prestidigitation to try and just unfreeze his hair and just comb to the side somewhat.
Before you do that,
using shape water to defrost muscle mass.
Oh, yeah, so that he can speak. Yeah, for sure. 100%. I was going to say, before you do that, just keep in mind that frozen, he'll be well preserved, better preserved than really anything else you could do. But that's a really good point. You want to be able to have his mouth like move and speak. So yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'll just unhinge the jaw. There you go. You're fine.
Punch it into position.
And I just before we do the speak with dead, I think I will sort of turn to Grim and Harry, sort of the two left. It's like the question is do we offer the reincarnation service? I mean, A, I'm not able to do it today, and B, as much as I hate to say it, it will use my one and only 5th level spell slot.
And it's also quite expensive as well, don't forget.
Interesting. So that's not something that would be covered by the
guild
focus?
You have to consume. I'm pretty sure when you cast reincarnate, you consume. Isn't it like it's an expensive diamond, is it not?
It's like a diamond of 500 G.
When does the components when does the focus sort of replace the components, and
It'll
when
say
doesn't it? Like, is there sort of a specific term?
It says specifically. It like uses this in the spell.
Okay, yeah.
A normal rule of thumb is resurrection magic. Usually, that's the one type of magic that D&D games will ask players to have the resource.
So Revivify is
that done for Fireball, but yeah.
No. So Revivify is so the way I kind of work it is that like most spells that you cast do use components, but they're pretty cheap. And so one of the things that we've done is like I factor that into every time you're in a major city. The spellcasters amongst you will go and spend like 5 gold pieces or 10 gold pieces to replenish most of their spellcasting components. If there's anything extra, so this one, for example, Reincarnate requires rare oils worth 1,000 gold pieces that the spell consumes. Revivify is 100 gold piece diamonds. Like those are the ones where it's like you do need to go get these specially.
All right. So in that case, I do not offer the Reincarnate services.
Yeah.
And that brings me to my next question, which is, did Ember leave the diamonds in the bag, the group bag?
Yes, I am going to say that Ember did.
How many diamonds did Ember leave?
I can tell you right now. I believe it was 3 or 4, wasn't it? Let's have a look.
I thought it was about 3, yeah.
So you've got 3 uses of Revivify from memory. Because Ember had that as
I picked the spell up again when I realized, I'm like, wait, we don't have the party member with Revivify anymore. I better pick that spell up again.
Ember's off being the very best,
I'm
like no one ever was. While I'm pulling that open, Grim.
We can ask.
Yeah. Speak with dead. Do you have your?
Why did you leave the lighthouse?
Yes, I'm gonna before I've got my incense sticks out from my not sticks, but that I put into like a little clay pan, like a little tiny little thing, just to start burning the incense. Like before I light this and start talking with Jorgen here, it's best we figure out our questions first before we begin this. I propose asking questions such as, why did you why are you out here? Is there anything important at the lighthouse, or do you know anything about Eladrin? Or what should we know about Eladrin? Something with those lines, but the more specific we are, the better it is.
Is there anything we need to know about the current situation? I mean, you might have...
What is the situation? What is his current situation? What did he care about?
Maybe he'd tell us.
Maybe he would tell us about his fascination with a cured fish. Maybe that was his situation.
I'm not a massive dick with these. When you do speak with dead or contact planar entity and things like that, unless it is a hostile entity, they will generally answer how they would have in life. So if you ask this man, knowing what you know about him, like what was the current situation, he's not going to be like, I died, and then that's it. Like he's not going to do that. He is going to answer in good faith because his character would have done that in life. The way I kind of do it is I maintain whatever their personality was just before they died. That is kind of what they are like in death. It's the patterns that are bound into their brain. So I'm not going to be a dick with this.
Imprinted on them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's like, I love Kurgenbergen fish.
It's snowing.
Yeah.
I'm cold.
Yeah.
It was my birthday.
I was 1 week from retirement.
Yeah.
I'll leave this to you, and Harry will just go perch and keep a lookout and keep an eye out for that light thing that he saw earlier.
Cool.
I love the idea of the current situation. I'm also interested if we do. The lighthouse was on the way, if I was correct.
The lighthouse is still north from where you are. Another, probably 45 minutes away.
To go a bit further.
You've come from the south.
Why are you asking?
Well, I'm wondering whether or not if there's any secrets or anything interesting at this lighthouse. Like, if he's a lighthouse keeper, he should be keeping the lighthouse.
I mean, he must have left for a reason. Isn't that going to... Question one's going to cover that?
But I want to know if there's any secrets to the lighthouse. What if there's something hidden there? It's just a thought. No, it's not important. We should maybe ask him about Eladrin, perhaps.
Thinking back to their knowledge of sort of the frost giants, they're not super familiar with them, are they? It's just sort of, as far as sort of they're concerned, the storm started up, they saw the frost giants fly over, and that's kind of pretty limited interaction.
Well, from the logbook, from the lighthouse keeper, Jorgen?
Just sort of the frost humans in general,
Oh, the people of Northgard.
Unless Jorgen...
They did see a longship with the Vikings sailing around the Northern Islands. There had been a report from Jorgen that he had seen a longship sailing through the pass between Northgard, just near Scottsdale. That was, I think it was 4 days. 4 days. Fuck yeah. 4 days before the climate drastically began to shift. This is about 2 weeks ago. They knew it was frost giants on the long ship. It was enormous. They could see them sailing this massive ship. No reports from the town of anything flying overhead. The first news of that is what Grim has discovered in the logbook, the lighthouse keeper's logbook, which you don't think is frost giants.
Ask me if he's seen anything else about the flying
clouds.
Yeah, the flying clouds.
Tell us about the stone pillars in the clouds.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, you're more experienced talking to dead than I am, so...
Well, I want to know. Tell us about what's happening in the lighthouse and its secrets. That's...
Okay.
All right.
Nice. Alrighty.
Okay, I feel like we're rather prepared here. At this point here, you don't know how the conversation is going to go. These questions may change as we begin them, but we can more or less just start the process. I'll pull out a little flint and flick the flint onto the incense and burn it. It's like a very woody, earthy kind of smell that
sandalwood
rises up from this little bowl. Sandalwood. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, not overly sweet, but not disgusting. It's just very earthy. coming out from this as I brush his hair aside and just like put my hand to the side of his face, do a little chant for a moment. It doesn't sound particularly scary, I will say.
Amazing.
It's almost like a soothing chant of this sort. From everything else you see me being rather horrifying, this is almost like something to lull someone to come back to wake. As it sort of goes through this chant, it's like, Jorgen, Jorgen, are you here with me? Hello, as I sort of tap the side of his shoulder as he's there, and this sort of like almost like a not a tomb, but you know when a king dies and they're raining on the pyre, kind of like that sort of feeling there. Tap, Jorgen, are you with me, Jorgen? Hello.
Now,
Be careful, that's a question.
I'm being offered an opportunity here as a dungeon master. Now the question is, I did just say I'm not going to be a dick about any of this. But he's asked, he said, you're going to be with me about 4 times. I don't know, man. It's hard not to be a dick. No. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to say that's part of your spell. As the spell finishes, you watch as the corpse.
That's how I imagined it. Yeah. But I see what you meant.
You watch as your hands burn with this light purple eldritch energy. You watch as the corpse's eyes flash open, the same purple burning behind the irises, as the corpse slowly begins to sit up. Held in place, these chains emerging from your fingers, wrapping around almost like puppet strings, Grim. So very similar to your character art, which we've got coming up on screen momentarily. These chains like attached to the body in these little specific points, these strings as it animates the corpse, and you hear the voice. You know it's ready to answer questions.
It's good to see. I won't disturb you for much longer in your rest. You've had a long life. I found you somewhere you shouldn't be necessarily. I was interested. What's the current situation you found yourself in?
I was fleeing from the lighthouse. Spirits running. Watched people die.
Fled from the lighthouse running, watching people die. Okay. It's sad to hear, my friend, that you had to watch other people die. It's never a good sight. Can you tell me anything about the survivors, perhaps? Are there any others that fled the scene and where they may be? It's important.
I saw only one other flee. Amelie. Into the woods.
If I heard that correctly, they ran into the woods.
I'm only sort of getting every second word with the voice.
Oh no, is everyone only getting every second word?
I'm getting it all.
I mean,
Okay, so once again,
I'm getting it all as well.
once again, it's your fucking microphone, Brandon. No, it's all good. Running into the woods. Amelie running into the woods.
Amelie. Do you say Amelie?
I'll type it in chat for you. It's a French name.
Bonjour.
Brandon and names.
It's a funny gag that's been like ongoing. It was the same in Avatar every single time.
I feel like I'm a dude who knows a lot of words. Like I feel pretty word smart. Like, I know a lot.
You say Lily is their name?
I am coming out of here with a lot of like stuff from other languages, including a lot of made up words too, Brandon. So like you're doing well, mate. Like I'm really throwing you some curveballs here. Like constantly making up words, constantly taking words from 2 different languages and smashing them together. Like, yeah, my bad.
What? Is this was a real word? What is this word? Any word could be French.
Next time you start contributing maybe names and practice words.
Practice words.
Practice word book.
What a fucking dunk. Next time you're stuck in traffic, you can practice words. Fucking hell, Christian. What a bitch. What a little bitch.
Hey, I got enough shit about fucking peanut butter. Fuck all y'all.
And you deserve it.
Wake me up in my sleep, and I'm just there, just like, Emily, the cods. Oh, it's like, oh, fuck, I'm getting arrested, guys. Clearly high in PCP.
So smooth brains like smooth peanut butter. All right, yeah, carry on, Grim.
Okay, the last question. Oh, God.
You've got 5 questions. You've only asked 2. You've got 5 questions.
5 or 3?
For some reason, I kept thinking it was
5.
3.
Baldur's Gate is 3, I think.
Oh, that.
It's 5. It's definitely 5.
Okay. Different one here. Can you tell us
We're running from?
what you are running from?
Spirits, apparitions, freezing touch came from the ocean.
Apparitions from the ocean.
That sounds rather terrible, my friend. You ran from the lighthouse.
Yes.
What?
No, I'm
We
kidding.
go
I'm
to
kidding.
the
I'm kidding. I'm
lighthouse.
kidding. I'm kidding.
No. That was a colon. Sure, but no. You're
2 left.
running from the lighthouse. If I was to go to the lighthouse, what would I find there, and what secrets may help me find?
Oh, he's chucking an and in there, ladies and gentlemen. How do we feel about an and in a question?
Okay.
Semicolon F.
Yeah, it's it's a M dash.
That is grammatically wrong and grammatical heresy. And as we've discussed, I will not stand for it, Brent.
Okay. Let me. I've done this before in my time. How can I reword this question to make it more succinct?
7 times.
Tell me, Jorgen, pray tell me the secrets of the lighthouse. Help me, please.
Perfect. Yeah. Otherwise, you're not asking a question. You're asking questions, and I'm happy to answer 2 questions at once. But I don't think you want me to do that.
As soon as I said it, I'm just like, I know he's going to catch me.
Are there any secrets in the lighthouse? You watch as the corpse pauses for a moment. The lights, the purple light animating it, falling a little bit dimmer for a second before burning clear once again.
Basement, secret ladder, mechanism broken, couldn't get down there.
What has mechanisms broken? Okay.
It's a secret basement that he knew about but couldn't access because the mechanism was broken.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. Now, finally, I'll just hush him. Okay. Lyra, I'm not going to phrase anything as a question, but
Brandon,
say,
if you're not directing it to the corpse, he's not going to answer. I'm not a dick.
Okay, I'm just going to make sure if I ask Lyra a question, he's not going to be like,
No.
This question I'm asking my friend here, not you. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm not a dick. As long as if you are not looking at him and directing the question to him, he will not answer. It's all good.
Lyra, I need help here. I've got one question left. How am I going, by the way? We're doing well. I feel like we're doing well.
You're doing well.
No, I'm kidding.
You've been writing this all down.
I don't know. Yeah, I've been taking notes.
Okay, good.
but,
Good. Yes. Okay, that's good.
I mean, I don't think that he would know where the aberrations from the ocean came from, so I feel like that could be a waste of a question.
Probably from the ocean.
Yeah, but why are they in the ocean?
Probably not a question for him.
No. Maybe something about the floating castle? I mean, he seems to have noticed it.
I'm thinking of the floating castle. I was thinking about asking him about the sorcerers in the forest, but he's probably going to say, they're in the forest! So I feel like that's not useful.
There are sorcerers in the forest?
I believe he said something about that. We'll get to that later. Let's ask him about the floating...
I mean, the sorcerers in the forest could also be a good one. So, floating sorcerers, floating castle.
I feel like the floating castle is more interesting.
Could Bart have asked, just to throw it without like metagaming, a possible question as he's wandering away with everyone? You could ask him if he's ever encountered a devil. That might be useful.
See if they were staking out the claims.
Devil or castle? I mean, we can't...
Well, sorcerer devils. Sorcerer devils from castles.
Wherever sorcerers are probably just going to be the forest anyway, so that's probably not going to help too much. Castles, I guess we kind of know about castles.
Devils it is.
I think we kind of know what the castle is. We know cloud giants exist. Jorgen, my friend, we've recently met devils in a time. Vice, maybe Mephistopheles, I'm not too sure. Have you met any devilish beings your time at the lighthouse?
Or anywhere.
Or anywhere, perhaps. It could be anywhere. It doesn't have to be the lighthouse.
Well done. No! No. You watch...
I've heard of them!
Not at the lighthouse.
You watch as the devil. You watch as Jorgen's body considers the question for a moment and then answers.
I have not met any devils, but a voice did whisper in my dreams. I dreamt of cold, ice, and snow 3 days before the blizzard.
And then you watch as the corpse falls still, the purple light disappearing from behind its eyes as it slumps over once again, no longer animated.
Closes his eyes and do the little prestidigitation with my hand just to sort of warm up his eyes a little bit and keep them closed for him. Thank you, Jorgen. That was much appreciated. I hope you rest well. Yeah. As I take a quick look in his pockets and then use Mulder and use Mulder to cover him with more snow.
Well, we dig a nice hole, so it's kind of like more like.
Okay, I dig a nice
snow
hole.
melting, and then it's just this corpse.
His corpse with his pockets turned inside out.
With the pockets are turned right
Also,
way back in.
Harry's just here watching someone like steal his thunder.
Yeah.
I love that.
Harry's thinking to himself, I wonder why we're not friends.
I love that you went through all the trouble.
First come, first serve.
You went to all the trouble of being like as respectful as possible. You're being so respectful. You're like wiping the hair out of his eyes, thanking him, even though he's not there. He's dead. This is just the body. And then you're like, right, well, that shit's out of the way. What's in his pockets?
Yeah, as I'm putting my hand over his eyes, like one hand's in his pocket.
One hand in the eyes, one hand in the pockets. Yeah. Grim, please roll for me an investigation check.
Sure can.
Unfucking
Some
believable.
call it heresy.
The dark side will lead you to many abilities that others call unnatural. 15.
Yes.
As you go through his pockets, Grim, you do find a coin pouch strapped to his belt. There's not a lot in it. 12 gold pieces, maybe 23, 24 silver pieces and a handful of coppers, along with a few what looks like kind of like keepsakes that he keeps in his coin pouch. There's a shell. It's curled over like a spiral. So, you know, like the long spiral, like almost like horn-like shells. This one it's white, but has a red and purple streak running around the outside of it, forming part of the body of the spiral. And you can see someone has dipped the very tip into probably not gold. Looking at it, you think probably brass or bronze. Not a conch. I think it's called like maybe a cone shell or something like that, but it's not like a proper. It also looks like a unicorn horn. Conch is like the large shell that you can use as a horn. It's like quite broad and curled over, quite cylindrical. This one's far more cone-shaped. A blunt shell, if you will. And as it looks like someone's dipped it into bronze or brass, turned it into a little decorative item. There's a strap of leather. Looks like it's meant to be designed as a necklace, but the strap of leather's broken. The shell is quite old and scuffed. It's been in the coin pouch for a while and been jostled around with the coins partially broken. There's a few sticks of charcoal, probably what he was using to write down notes and keep track of ships and things like that. Not a lot of other things on him, Grim. This is a man who works a pretty hard job, not very well paid, up in the middle of nowhere. The only other thing he'd have on him is a day's worth of rations, hastily grabbed and shoved into his pockets when he ran. This looks like a man who knew when he was leaving that he was heading into a situation where he could be in real trouble. Interestingly, the steel of his knife that's by the campfire is there and intact, but the flint, as you pull out what's left of his flint, it crumbles to the touch, almost like chalk. And there's a faint feeling around this, Grim. Feeling of magic. It feels... There's a tingle in your fingers. And as you examine the blade that's sitting by the campfire, it's also unnaturally marred and rusted. No man surviving in the north would keep his tools in such a way. Something's happened to them.
Interesting.
The aberrations, maybe.
The aberrations. As I pick up the blade as well with the dust in my hand, like, I think you're onto something, Lyra. There's something to this. The aberrations from the ocean.
Are they deteriorating from the cold, or are they deteriorating because they've been aged
Rapidly.
really, really rapidly?
Do I get the feeling it's like oxidation, or is it just like deconstructed? You know what I mean? Like,
roll for me an Arcana. Arcana or investigation, I guess. I wish we had deduction.
Okay.
Lyra be looking over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And
Deduction
maybe
would be
also
Nature would also fall in here too. Deduction is one of the skills you can use in Cosmere. It's a fucking awesome skill, and we goddamn love it in Cosmere.
yeah.
Let's roll.
See, if I can be sort of giving Grim a hand to like sort of trying to, pros ideas.
As a nature or Arcana, Grim. Nature or Arcana. History doesn't really fit here. Nature or Arcana, your choice.
Arcana's done. It's a
32. Is that a 19? Grim, you've experimented with this magic. This is the magic of decay, the magic of entropy.
Hey, magic.
Decay magic. This is a very, very rare and naturally occurring magic that is attributed to certain types of spirits. 32 is going to give you a lot of information. There are very few spells that utilize this magic. It is wild. It is unpredictable. It is, partially linked to the magic that you have access to. It is what is currently consuming your body, Grim. You've felt this before, and you know that it is the same. You are currently being eaten alive by a type of decay magic. This is absolutely what has happened here. You think this is probably the result of some very, very concerning spirit or spirits that have done this. You do not want them to touch you. You do not want them to touch your things. Any physical contact with the source of these will rapidly deteriorate everything it touches.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm going to be naked in the snow. Fantastic. Okay.
With that, we're going to jump over to Bart
Lyra,
and
do you
Niles.
have much?
Sorry, Grim. Got to give these boys some time now. Alrighty.
Do it.
Bart and Niles. Harry, as you were keeping an eye out, you're going to see a little bit of this too, because Bart and Niles head out in your eye line and move around the corner before vanishing around the edge of the copse. Bart and Niles, as you begin to make your way out around the edge of this copse of woodland, Klaus walking with you. The first 5 minutes or so, it is eerily quiet. You don't see or hear anything of interest.
Not to interrupt the explanation, but Bart would like to try to fill that void to take his mind off things with a little bit of conversing. We can ignore most of it, but one thing that I would honestly like to know about is, as we're beginning our first little walk, Klaus, obviously we're here helping, which seems like fate, very lucky, but North Guard, the name Guard, is there no militia or king or any sort of protection that is here on this island?
It is funny that you mention the king. The unofficial motto of the North Guardians is "Nay king, nay master." We rule ourselves. We have done for a long, long time. We have chiefs, we have elders, but it is not a position that is handed down through birthright. It is one that is earned. In terms of a militia, once long ago, but the world has changed. Huntsmen, woodsmen are more valuable now. Since Oshia has now conquered much of the world south, the time of wars and conflict has come to an end. The Ocean Empire, before it failed, became this republic, I think you would call it. The wars are done. We lost.
The benefit of peace, but also the danger. I just worried about the other villages that you've mentioned. We've heard about all of these other creatures affected by the cold. If they wander into one of those villages, who's there to help them? And I just remembered when we arrived, there didn't seem to be a guard.
Hunters, woodsmen, there will be town guards as well. There are town guards in each one, but there won't be a mass group of people. These islands are barely inhabited, boy. There's not many of us left. A few thousand across the entire archipelago.
You guide us through the lands. Are you one such huntsman or guard in your town?
Yes, I'm a woodsman. Hunter. I rarely come into Scostal these days. I mostly spend time around the edges, out in the woods. But when the storm hit and never abated, I felt my duty was to return. Look after the people there.
Niles is one of my region's guards, I guess.
I haven't really thought of it that way before, but...
The huntsman, the way they did it in our land, I guess.
I suppose there is a comparison to be made, yes.
Yeah, it's not unfair or like wholly accurate. You're kind of a bit of an outcast, though, Niles, in a way. Like you're a bit like your position with the Sylvan family and the way it kind of works with and especially with the current situation with the heiress theocracy. I mean, it's a tricky one. That's a hard one.
I think our friend here doesn't need to know the inner mechanism.
No, we're just trying to form
of the heiress. Like Niles takes a sec, kind of cocks his head a little, on his.
But gives you like a shrugging, like be nice.
Yeah. And then I kind of see that shrug and go, no.
Yeah, close enough.
But socializing.
It's at this moment, as you're in the midst of this conversation, Niles, your passive perception's fucking incredible, 18 or something ridiculous like that. You catch movement out of the corner of your eye, a figure running across the snow towards you. As you immediately clock and look towards it, you can see this figure is running through the snow and ice, passing through it as if it's not really there, occasionally stumbling. The figure is partially transparent, softly glowing blue. It's Jorgen.
Uh-oh.
As he stumbles through the snow, rushing towards you, occasionally looking over his shoulder, you watch as he ducks, but there's nothing there. He climbs to his feet, runs towards the edge of the woodland, passing by. You see him run right past you, not even seeing you. You can hear him calling under his breath, "Got to get away, got to get..." as he passes by and disappears into the copse of woodland.
Bart would like to quickly, look, this is as good a time as any, and actually, just for train of thought, how far away are we from the actual light tower as well?
Probably about another 45 minutes walk through the snow. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I think it's probably good to see if there is actual things he's running from. Bart's mind instantly jumps to if this is his soul, and Mephistopheles and everything's involved, maybe we can't see that there's like devils trying to take his soul. Bart is going to quickly pop a divine intervention. If they're not behind any full cover, any forms of undead fiends and celestials should be visible to him.
As the spell activates, or as your, not really spell, as your feature, as your paladin powers activate, there's a strong sense of undead. This creature, this spirit that's just run past you is undead. It is an undead spirit as it runs right past. It doesn't even see you.
Is there anything around it? Okay.
Nothing else in range, sorry. As the spirit gets to the edge of the copse of trees, you watch as it throws itself behind one of the trees, standing, looking over its shoulder, looking over his shoulder as he looks back, pausing for a moment as he catches his breath. There's no steam appearing around, but you can see he's puffing as he slowly begins to gather his breath. You watch as Klaus rushes over, moving towards the spirit, like getting up, looking at it, waving his hand in front of its face. Yeah, but I figured you probably were. Klaus waves his hand in front of its face before turning back to look at the two of you, like shock and confusion in his eyes. What is this? What's going on?
My effect goes for 10 minutes. As we follow to him and we're now in close, within a radius from him, is there any otherworldly threats that I'm sensing with this?
No otherworldly threats sensed within range.
I'm not certain. It looks like it would be his soul, but it seems to be Niles. It's kind of acting like the dreams. It's almost like he's replaying his death.
Yes, it's like an after image. Like it's like a
It might not be a good idea, but he's going to wave his hand. But Bart's going to wave his feathered fingers through it to see if there's some sort of like sting of necromancy or cold, or if there's instead maybe like a flicker of like the Heartstone messages whenever Figment's moved with it. He just wants to test what happens, and he's just going to wave it through Jorgen, whatever his chest.
Jorgen.
Yeah.
As you take your hand with the Heartstone embedded in it, wave it through the figure, nothing happens. There's a sense of cold that immediately begins to permeate through your fingers. You feel even the thick feathers that coat your hands, but are not enough to protect from this. But as you pull your hand away, there's a sense of stiffness and a little sense of cold, but that's it. No reaction from the spirit. The spirit at this moment chooses to sort of turn and look back through the trees once more before slumping against the tree and slowly dropping to the ground.
He feels and tastes and smells of undead, which I thought might obviously point that he's not a memory of some kind, but I guess this confirms it. There was a feeling of the cold of death when I went through him.
But what would... It doesn't make any sense. Wait, let me see if I can... And I'm going... This isn't what it's meant for, but I want to try and like align myself to the spirit and just see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's not really what it's meant for, like, but because it's more of like an initiative thing, but like, I think I'm going to use it anyway.
No, I love that. This is a great use of this ability. So, as you concentrate, Niles, steady your breathing, begin to synchronize with the spirit. You're breathing in and out, moving with him, feeling what he is feeling. as you spend your focus points and cast a line or activate a line.
Yeah.
Could I get you to roll me a D100?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whenever we do stuff outside the bounds of the confines of a of a rules as written, 60.
60.
Niles, you're training in the way of sympathy as a warrior of sympathy. As you bind yourself to this creature, you begin to feel the emotions that he's feeling bleeding through the connection. Fear, shame. Shame above even the fear. Shame of running away, of leaving behind friends, leaving behind...
Leaving his post.
Leaving his post, fleeing.
Yeah.
And as the fear and shame begin to die down, anxiety begins to creep in. You watch as Jorgen, the spirit of Jorgen, slowly stands, dusts himself off, reaches into his pockets and pulls out a flint and steel. As he does so, the flint crumbles in his hands. So he only pulls out part of this block of black, almost like a black stone. You watch as he looks down, his voice still coming across the connection.
What the hell? What is going on?
And then you watch as he turns and begins to make his way back towards the makeshift campfire that you saw before.
Bart's going to try to see if it stops him in his tracks, call out, wait, but is going to try to do this through the telepathic bond, if it will link to him.
Ooh, that's cool.
Ooh. But do you know if it succeeded or failed? You would know if it succeeded or failed, I think, as it's written. I think you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it says you cannot create it between this. On a success or failure, no link is created. On a failure, no link is created. So I feel like I would know.
Yeah, I agree. But no link is created. The magic reaches out and just passes through as if he's not there.
I'm sorry you have to see this first of all, Klaus. I want to help him. It's distressing seeing this, but I'm just as lost as you. Niles, do you get anything from this?
Just fear. Fear and anxiety. It's sad. I think he regretted leaving his post at the lighthouse, leaving the others to flee, but in the face of such adversaries, it is not unusual. These things are difficult to fight.
He was just a lighthouse man.
Yeah.
He was no warrior. There is no shame in running away from a fight you cannot win. I am sorry that his last thoughts were of cowardice, thinking that he was one. Jorgen was not a coward. He just wasn't a fighter.
That's a good sign, if any, if he felt like that. As sad as it is, at least it's better than thoughts of arrogance. I don't... Maybe we should head back to the others, inform them. Maybe Grim will know something about this spectre.
Yes. I think that would be wise.
During this conversation, the spectre, the spirit of Jorgen, this what should we call this? I don't want to use echo because we've used echo in another format, and now we're locked into that echo being for a different word. This spectre, let's go spectre. The spectre of Jorgen continues winding its way through the trees, occasionally bending down and picking up sticks off the ground, gathering together some loose leaf litter from the pine needles. You watch as he pauses, turning towards a tree nearby. There is, I should say, this is one of the trees that's exploded, but for him, you watch as he walks up to this stump of a tree and begins ripping stuff off the empty air. You can't see what he's gathering in his hands, but he's gathering things, holding them together.
The stuff he's gathering and holding, does it have the same ethereal color as him?
No, only what he had on him. As he reaches down and picks up sticks, you don't see the sticks. You just see him reaching down and picking up things, or miming as if he's picking stuff up. He's not holding anything. And same with the tree bark as he begins peeling off this stringy tree bark. There's nothing in his hands. It's just he's doing the actions as if miming them. And on
It's
this
like
tree,
it's like the sequence is playing out, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
Correct.
he's not manifesting bark, he's just miming it.
Yeah.
a few moments later, you watch as he heads towards the camp where Grim, Harry, and Lyra are. Harry, you spot this figure. You see all of this occurring from your little perch, and you watch as this figure walks over and begins. Grim and Lyra, to your immense surprise,
Everything's okay. Everything's okay. He was over there. It seems to be an image replaying. I feel on death. Niles mentions the entity seems to have anxiety like it was in life, but we have no idea what's going on.
Is this normal for specters, Grim? Have you encountered this before in your...
Please don't drink him up either.
No, please don't.
Oh, you're so thirsty, though, Grim.
No.
Well, yes, I have control of that, so I cannot. I won't drink him up, of course.
Sorry, did you just say you have control of that?
Yes.
I'm going to need a deception check. That is a blatant lie. That is a bald-faced lie. That's an absolute deception check on that one. You liar. You're not getting that past me. 12.
A 12.
Bart believes it.
Even if you can tell I'm lying, I'm just trying to placate the situation.
That's an inside of 17. Niles is not convinced.
I'm just there, just okay. It is somewhat normal for those who have passed, for remnants of them left behind to be somewhat lost and confused of sorts like that, replaying the last moments on this plane.
I remember
as
hearing guards gossip,
pull out.
though. Like, spirits would often be angered and attack people. This thing doesn't... Jorgen doesn't even seem to recognize that we're here.
You're not always angry at the world. Sometimes that's a corruption of yourself over time. Left here long enough, you may take out your emotions that are heightened after death. They may be taken out on those around you, especially if you're under the influence of someone with powers over the death.
So this isn't one of those aberrations that he was talking about, right? Like, we're not gonna, decay. None of gets touched it, right?
Well, speaking of that, my understanding of aberrations of some sort is something a little bit more from the other planes, otherworldly of sorts, like creatures of abhorrent nature. This here, as I pull out what was left of the flint in my hand and the sword, I show the dust between my fingers. Whatever this is something of a corrupting nature, something that can decay what it touches. So similar to what's decaying me, at a much slower rate, nonetheless. If you have any metals on you or anything you personally care about, I would not let these things touch you with them in your person. You may kiss your photo of Aunt Jemima goodbye, perhaps.
What about items of magical nature? Would they have some sort of protection against this decay, or are they easily...
Yes, if it's something magical, it should be fine. But if you just have any plain metals or plain things easily decayed, easily corrupted, one would say,
If
magical protections should be fine.
And so if they touch your body, say, Niles goes pow on one of them,
As long as you don't have any rings on your fingers that aren't magical, you will keep them. Yes.
I'm not looking forward to punching
On your
something that
feathers.
might eat my flesh. That's a problem.
Your fists
We
count
might
as
not
magical
like
weapons.
feathers count.
Oh, they do too.
We
Yeah,
have
I was just going to say,
as well.
if only magical means can hurt these things.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm fine.
Everyone, before we jump
do nothing.
attacking them, we might just be able to help them rather than just ripping them to shreds.
I mean, they came from the ocean. I mean, I'm not sure if it's, the souls of Jorgen's companions.
It's
but...
not.
Jorgen didn't come from the ocean, I'm guessing.
Well, think about this. If
So it's
the
a
portal's
lovely
open.
thought, but
Well, we know that the portal
like
is
the
open.
Mephrites.
Like the Mephrites before us during the volcanic eruption. These souls could be from Cania.
It's unfortunate that
Makes
they've been
sense.
taken to there rather than being able to pass on to the correct plane of afterlife. Would you all...
The point I was trying to get across, it's unfortunate what's happened to them, but if they're commanded by nefarious means, it's more of a service to help them move on.
That's what I was actually going to mention. I did it with the sovereigns earlier, but there are traditions in the theocracy of helping spirits pass on, helping ki from flesh move after. I could try that again. It would take some time and effort, like Grim is saying. It's not easy. But if we could spare an hour, I would like to see if this helps his form move on.
Bartholomew, if you were to act out the funeral rites that I believe that you were about to do, is it only on a single deceased, or would you be able to cast on others?
No, it would need to be each ceremony interacts with a single body as we focus on their spirit.
Okay, I just thought perhaps if we could find others that were in need of the funeral rites, we could do it all at once. But if it's only one person, then I think that's fine.
I guess the question is Jorgen actually needed that? I mean, is Jorgen's spirit currently one of these corrupted aberrations, or is Jorgen's spirit just reliving the last of a terrible memory?
Well, the fact he didn't attack them on sight gives me the sense he's still lost, reenacting his last moments.
That's my hope as well. And I
Grim,
hope that
do you want to roll me a history or nature check?
Absolutely. History or nature? Let me
And Harry, can I get a perception check? Because you're still up in the trees keeping a bird's eye view,
I
aren't
haven't
you?
done a nature check yet. It's a 12.
So that's a natural 1 from Harry, but it's still a 19 because of fucking reliable talent. God damn it. That is ridiculous.
That's crazy.
We always have to punish natural 1s a little bit, but this does get changed from a natural 1, so it's not technically a natural 1. So don't even worry, Harry.
I looked at it, I was like, do I need to get the lucky feat as well?
Nah, you're covered.
No, it's
Grim,
fine.
12. You actually, weirdly enough, there's a lot of conflicting and confounding information about spirits, and part of that is because there's a lot of different types of spirits. Some of them, there are reports of spirits that act out the final moments of their lives. That is not unusual or unheard of. The problem is it's hard to identify, and no one, as you are aware, no one as of yet has sat down and actually categorized spirits in a modern interpretation. There's old accounts. Thorbel's Spiritual Primer is obviously one that you've read before, but it categorizes spirits as friendly and unfriendly, not particularly helpful to the modern arcanist or modern wizard. You're thinking in this moment, you're like, this is an opportunity for a diversification of the portfolio, perhaps a book, deal, or series of textbooks in the financial.
Yes, you can make them thousands of gold from this. Yes, exclusive.
Yeah. And that's a very reputable way to kind of launder your necromancy, is to write a book, understanding and categorizing spirits. This is not a silly thing. This is a passing thought that actually has some weight and merit, Grim. But in this moment, the problem is you're dealing with conflating information between fact and folklore, thoughts, opinions, and studied behaviors. You think that this does match with what you've heard of some types of spirits, ones that just act out the final moments of their lives on repeat, again and again and again. You think that might be what's happening here. Harry, perception check of 19. The spirit, Jorgen's spirit, has continued to try and start a fire, gathering together. You can see that he's essentially acting out the creation of the campfire that you see before you. You see as he tries to start a fire with the flint and steel, finding no luck at all. And then you watch as he drops the knife down and sits back in a bit of disgust, a bit of despair. Niles, you're getting those emotions still through the link. You watch as the spirit suddenly turns and cocks his head, and then seems to look down at the ground in confusion, before slowly standing and backing away very slowly from the campfire. You watch as he picks up a stick from the nearby ground and begins poking at the ground. You think it looks like he's miming poking something with a stick before having the stick suddenly yanked away, pulling his hand back, turning and looking up at the nearby tree, and then scrabbling up the side of it. As he gets to the branch where
scrabbling up the side of the tree?
Up the side of the tree. He scrabbles up the side of the tree, getting to the branch where you saw him, breaking a few branches on the way, a piece of bark splintering off from his boots as he finally pulls himself into position. You watch as he looks down for a moment, and then, seeming satisfied that whatever he's looking at isn't coming any closer, slowly sits down, wraps his cloak around him, and leans his head against the trunk of the tree. His breathing slows, and then you watch as he grows still, no longer moving, before finally fading away, disappearing into nothingness.
Can Harry shoot a bolt down on the ground where he was poking the stick up?
Yeah. Grim, Bart, Lyra, and us, the four of you are having a conversation class as well, when suddenly out of the tree line above you, you watch as one of Harry's crossbow bolts straight down into the loamy earth. There's nothing there, Harry. I mean, the others have been talking, you've kind of figured out that he's acting out the events of his death. It could have been days ago at this point. Whatever he saw in the past is not there now. But as your bolt strikes into the loamy earth, you don't see anything. Nothing changes. Nothing happens.
Everything okay, Harry?
Yeah. I was just checking, making sure there's nothing invisible there.
What?
Okay.
I thought we were under attack, Harry.
Well, no. It was just. I was just checking. There's something there even.
What made you think there was something invisible there?
I was watching. I was watching. It reenacts all the actions it took right before it died, and it was poking a stick at the ground, and something swung the stick away. So I thought maybe there was something underground or something invisible there, magic and such.
Where was?
You said he was.
Is the arrow far away?
No, it's like right next to the campfire.
Walk over and inspect where the arrow is.
Bart's
It's right in
going
front of you.
It's just.
I thought it was like in the distance, but I'm just going to walk over and have a look at this arrow.
Well, the
I'm
arrow's
sure
gone
there's
because I technically
something
shoot a
there.
light bolt, but the spot.
It is a little odd. Bart'll start undonning his plate mail, getting ready for the performance. It is a little odd that he was up in the tree safe, and you're saying something battered away his stick, but we're assuming that at the lighthouse there are specters. This sounds more like, honestly, the wolves we encountered, something solid that couldn't climb a tree.
I mean, wolves can climb trees, right?
I don't think so.
No, they can't. But has his spirit is his spirit started the loop again, or is the spirit
Not
just
yet.
sort of gone now?
No, it hasn't started again. Doesn't seem to have started again.
Its loop as well was pretty far away from here. Because we only saw it when we wandered away for a while.
I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
how much time do we have before Svindal needs us back?
A couple of hours. He said he needed a few hours to go get the sleigh and get it all ready.
Well, it has taken 2 hours for us to get here, though. And it'll take 2 hours to get back.
I mean, we could get to the lighthouse.
Hour and 15 to get
heard,
here. Hour and 15 to get here.
friend.
Still 45 minutes.
Oh,
to get to
hour and
the
15.
lighthouse.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, still 45 minutes to the lighthouse, but I mean, you're making pretty good time.
Well, if
I heard there was something interesting at the bottom of the lighthouse. Jorgen had mentioned, and if it helps, the people that fled into the forest, the Arrow, if that helps somewhat.
I know it feels frustrating doing nothing, but I also wouldn't feel too safe splitting the group. If I'm going to perform the ritual, I'd like people here, all of us together.
You only need 10 minutes for ceremony, right? It's not.
10 minutes of preparation and then an hour to cast.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
You watch as you suggest this. Klaus is not an idiot, and he's also there with you. Which is Klaus sort of nods and goes,
If we're going to be coming across more people, maybe it's best if I bring Jorgen with us to the lighthouse. There might be more that we need to perform this ceremony for. I don't want to be too pessimistic, but whatever it was that he ran away from, he didn't get away fast enough. He was a good runner. Many of these people were spellcasters, studious folks. They're not outdoorsmen, they're not survivalists. They wouldn't have done well out in the cold.
The rites that I do simply help maintain the body and let the spirit move on and protect it. It doesn't need burial, so I can complete it and then we can bring him to the tower.
But if you do this, is just one that you do it for, or could you do it for a whole bunch? If we were to find more bodies, would it be better to do it for all of them at once?
That was my question.
No. As I mentioned to Niles, it's an individual. It's very specific to that soul. I couldn't mass
do it at the.
Yeah, maybe.
Could we do it at the lighthouse? Perhaps?
I'm just thinking if there is, I mean, he only died about a day ago. I mean, it's hard to tell in the cold, but what if there's someone that maybe could still be saved at the lighthouse?
That's my thought.
Well, scouting maybe wouldn't be a bad idea, but the reason I wanted to do it now is they ran from the lighthouse because of dangers there. Or even other spirits that might be dangerous, even though he is not. I want to see if what I'm doing helps put to rest this image we see. If it does, then at least we know that there's a way of putting them to rest without killing them. There's a way of maybe avoiding a fight altogether. It's both useful for his spirit, but I feel like it also gives us some information.
I reckon what we might do, because you guys are kind of figuring this out, why don't we pause for tonight, we'll have a bit of a chat offline as well, come up with what you guys want to do, because it does sound like we're kind of a little bit split on whether to do it here now or so let's take that and we'll do that in between, and then we can come back next session with you guys having made a decision. We can jump straight back in. We're not going to get a cliffhanger tonight. I think this is as good a place as I can think of to wrap up. I reckon this is a good spot. Done.
Yeah.
Fuck yes. Nice, guys. I'm going for a bit more of a kind of like spooky, unsettling kind of setup, and then we were doing fucking bullshit jokes about the Speak with Dead, which really undercut that nicely. So never mind, I shall try again another time. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Massive thank you to Bardic Tales who came and did a raid. I think we've raided you guys a couple of times in the past as well. You guys are awesome. So thank you so much for coming on in. It is a pleasure to see you guys, and awesome to see some Aussie TTRPG creators out there as well. For those of you watching on Twitch, we're going to keep the raid train going. Tonight, we are going to go and raid. Two of our normal lovely friends are up. Critnimus! It's always Critnimus! I'll get that raid going. Everybody else, for those of you watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast, thank you so much. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and leave a comment. If you do all of those things, Grim will not come and drink you. Maybe. Thank you so much, everybody. We will see you all again next time. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you all again soon. Goodbye, everybody. Bye. Farewell.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.